Hey, good afternoon. This is Wrede Whitney, renewable energy broker now for 13 years. And I'm starting a new program that's called Solar, Score or Scam. And this afternoon, who I have with me is Brian. He's been a customer of mine now for 7 years, and he's going to tell you a little bit about his experience with solar. So I'm going to turn it over to Brian. Go ahead, Brian.
All right. I was actually introduced to Wrede from a friend of mine who also put some solar on his house. And when we first started looking into the solar end of the business, we went through a couple of different companies that came through. Wrede seemed to have the most promising, with a lot of really good product that was mostly all USA made. So, which really enticed us to go a little bit further with him. He actually wasn't the cheapest at the time, but he was the most promising that we felt at the time. We had a couple of different options: lease, rent, buy. At the time, we chose to buy straight out rather than to lease it. It was just one of our options we chose instead of the other option was if you lease it, I believe you end up with a small bill from the electric company, however it works out. Plus, of course, it's made up, with your lease product through the solar company. Just some quick numbers based on what we came up with when we first went to Wrede. It was back in 2013. Our bill in 2012 was just shy of $3,000 for the year for electricity. And we have since 2013, the amount that we have paid for the system to what we have saved, we have paid off the system as of today. It's been before today, but here in 2020, right, the product is now paid off completely. And our bill out of pocket, even I have a pool in my yard. I have two kids that are constantly on some kind of electronic something in the house. The air conditioner, I think we've run it probably a lot longer than we ever thought we ever would into the year, and probably a lot colder than we would normally set it. The bill never got more than $300 for the year. So, and this year, I think in 2020, we have it worked out where they'll pay us money. They're actually going to owe us money, and it varies, from year to year, depending on your usage and of course how much you're home and
in the seasons, we might have a summer that's warmer compared to other summers, and we might have a winter that rains longer. So yeah, it kind of goes back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I could be nothing but thrilled with that purchase ever since to this point now, ever since the day that I bought it. It was probably one of the smartest moves, and now it is saving me. I mean, especially with the way the electricity is going now. I work in the electric field, so I know what it costs. I know what it takes. I know what where it's going as far as, charges in the future. And now even with the rebates you get, they're trying, of course, to, make it used to be a lot better of a rebate at the end of the year. They're trying to, kind of make that a little smaller, but it doesn't make this part of it any worse. You're still getting free electricity at the end of the day. And when it's paid off and it's yours, I mean, there's nothing greater than when I get a bill every month, especially in the winter when I'm not using as much electricity. It's always a positive. So it's always, we're above $100 or we're above $200. So I never pay them anything. End of the year, if it comes up, it's, you only get one bill, and it's either, a very small amount. Like I said, the max I ever paid was $300 for the year, for the entire year. So yeah,
that's your true up. Yep. What's your monthly charge? Is it like $10 a month, $11 a month?
Yes, exactly. About 10 bucks a month, something like that.
Yeah, that's what mine is too. So guys, that's just fantastic, Brian. I appreciate you helping us out, letting people know how your system worked for you. It was a 7.5 kilowatt system, and I think you're living in Marietta, right? Nice house.
That's correct. Yep.
How big's your house, Brian?
About 3,600 square feet, 2-story. Yeah. So yeah, when the air conditioner's pumping, it's pumping 2 units outside. The units aren't like the newest; they're relatively efficient units, but they were with the house. So the house is about 10 years old, right? At least older. Yeah, so it's older than 10 years, 15 years old. So they're not the newest, greatest efficient air conditioning units. So even with that being said, and still this either very low or nothing bill, like I said, I can never be happier than with that purchase that I made over 7 years ago.
Gosh, yeah, that's great news. I think what back then in the summer, you had a couple of bills that are almost approaching $500 a month.
Yeah, the summer really kicks it hard, especially if you got a pool. If you're running the pool pretty hard, it's between the air conditioning and pool. Yeah, you'll see $500 a month. Everything in Edison's system is, as anybody knows, is tiered. So every time you hit that next tier, they're charging you more money per kilowatt hour. So every time you hit that tier, they're charging more money, and then you're getting hit harder and harder. So we never seen that tier. It never reached that ever again.
Yeah, nice. And that was 7 years ago. So that bill would be significantly more in today's dollars, because of their increases just to maintain the grid. But hey, great information. I really appreciate taking time with us. Man, we love you guys. You ever need me for anything, just give me a call. Have a great evening. Give April our best. And also the kids, I look forward to watching them play Major League Baseball when they get a little older.
That would be great. Then I won't need solar, right?
That's right. Exactly, man. They can take care of you, right?
They can do
your retirement.
Thanks,
right.
Reed.
Thanks again, Brian. Have a great evening.
All right, buddy.
All right. Bye-bye.